What in the world do we have going on today? Well, let me explain. It's going to be a good time. We got to pull a head off this guy here and get it off to the head shop, get it pressure checked, because it's pushing water clear out on the ground with even revving it up. So, going to be a good time, so stay tuned. Well, you can see that we have the old international part for old Logger Wade here. Cylinder walls look really good. We had took the cylinder head to the machine shop and we're waiting for that to come back, and as soon as it arrives, we'll be ready to put this thing back together. So, waiting on a few more things for this thing, some gaskets and such, and he'll be back in business once we get that head here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our gasket in, the correct gasket in, the first one we received. It did not have this cut out with that rubber gasket in it. I did not like that. And these coolant port hole size were different. So I don't think that was for an E model. The other exciting news is we have the head back, and we are ready to get this thing picked up out of the truck here, put back on the cherry picker, and then we're going to probably clean everything up real good, put the head gasket down, and set this head back on this truck and start the process of the reassembly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting really close to having Logger Wade's truck back to him. We got the new or remanufactured head put back on. Inflow Diesel did an amazing job getting it back to us in a hurry. We got brand new injectors we're getting ready to put in this thing, and then we're going to fire this thing up and see how it sounds. So we're pretty excited. We got brand new injectors here. We're going to get these thrown in and get her fired up and see if we might go find Logger Wade in the woods. Well, we got all these pretty brand new injectors back in there, and man, it's looking great. We're going to put the electrical rail on with the connections, get that put on, throw the valve cover back on it, and then we got to start priming the fuel system so we can get this thing fired back up. But it's coming right along this morning. All right, let's go over how I like priming the fuel system here. You've got this primer, hand pump primer down here, and then the inlet to that is coming in right here in the fuel log. When I first start out with a set of injectors, I like to leave this line loose. That way we can push any air out of this and then because this is the return line, we get any air pushed out through that way. We're much farther ahead when we go to start priming with a pressure setting, or with the pressure side of this. So what we'll do is we'll prime that until we get fuel bleeding out of here. We'll tighten that up, then button everything up on the engine to where we can start cranking it, 15-20 seconds at a time, and continue to prime it until we get a hard primer. All right, we got this big old 466 all back together. We're working on bleeding the air out of the fuel system. We'll be should be really close. We've already taken a couple cycles out of it, so we'll see if she fires up the next round or two. Batteries are weak. We'll see if she'll start. Not yet. Come on, baby. Come on. We ain't getting any smoke yet. She's alive! She is alive again. I apologize, we did not get it on camera. She hit once or twice and fired right up, and she's running again. I am so happy. Well, we got this old truck finished. I am pleased to announce I called Wade and said, we're headed to you, man. We're gonna come find you in the woods. And he sounded thrilled to death. So we're gonna go take this thing for its last and final drive with me in it, we hope, and take it back to him. All right, seatbelt on, brakes released. Yeah, I got a Class A CDL, so I'm allowed to drive this thing. Used to drive semis and everything else also, big trucks, ukes. Had a lot of fun doing it. We're gonna head on up the road here, see if we can hunt this man down. I'm no logger by no means, and I got a general idea of where Logger Wade's located in these woods. I know the location a little bit, pretty well actually. It's in my backyard. And I'm gonna follow the orange tape and see if it'll lead me there, and see if I can give him an unannounced surprise. Of course, we already caught him, but he don't know when we're gonna show up. So we're gonna keep following this road, see if we can hunt him down. Well, this is looking like we might find Logger Wade back in here somewhere. Looks like he might hang out somewhere out there, out in the woods. We'll see. Well, there's a big old log pile, and there's the service truck we worked on first, so I think we might have found him.
Out. Get there and put a load on Tiny if he wants to get up there and watch it crawl to that foggy spot. Yeah, we're coming towards you. So it's his first time of driving a skidder. He's all grins. He's going to drag him some wood. We got down here and Roger drug it all.
I got a nice 101 class on forestry management, which was awesome. I just learned a whole lot.
It's pretty simple, yet there's a lot to it too.
Yeah. See if I can not kill us getting out of here.
I got faith in him. It takes a little bit to get used to it. Once you get it, it ain't much. YouTube turned into a job. We cut down here in the woods and we use a small skidder to pull the weight up close to Stevie, close to a center point, and then Stevie will process them down and throw them on that truck so it can come out economically without dragging the wood.
I had one fall off the other side.
Oh, it's got to be in neutral. Sorry.
There's Farmer Steve in there. Do what?
I'd like the best for small down that skidder.
Yeah. It's the cleanest person I see on a logging job so far.
I got the fixed brand here for him.
This is some soft ground here. It's got a seed feeding it. We're babying this ground. We're going to close it up tomorrow before the rain. I got you some stuff.
Man, that's badass.
So Eddie, what's your take on all this so far? What you've seen out here?
Oh man, this is cool.
Quite fast, ain't it?
It is. I like it.
A lot different than the old chainsaw and a timber jack skidder.
It's a lot different perspective than what I thought of logging, especially with equipment like this.
Yeah. And the thing is, see, is you get so much of it done at once before weather.
Right.
So you can make a mess, clean it up before it rains on it.
Right.
Instead of when you're stuck with this chainsaw and a small skidder, it'll rain, you clean your slop, then it rains, you clean your slop, and next thing you know, you took the small equipment and made a huge mess.
Right. Yeah. Well, I remember walking on logging roads and stuff like that. I mean, there was just massive
Ruts,
destruction.
yeah. Now when we get done, Big Daddy will have it all finished, which we can walk down here and you can see where he's already finished. There he is dumping. We'll have to push Blackie out here in a second.